Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. It's a Hay House product, so I don't know their website, but I'm pretty sure they have one. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it. I'm just thinking, because I think they've been around for a long time. Supportive Oracle Cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. There is a website for this one, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. Down here at the bottom if you would like to research that or find that information. Okay, what do we have for Virgo? This might be fun. Okay, what's up with that? This might be fun. I keep getting this might be fun. Like, why are we pulling in all these cards? Okay, this might be fun. We got cards coming from the bottom of the deck. My first thought is like, what do you want? I think that's a good thing to start with, only in a sense of like, when this starts off, start thinking about things that you would really like to see happen in your life. And let's start working towards that, because I think a door is going to open. And the more you're prepared for that door to open, the better this goes your way. The more this goes your way, the more you get out of it, right? Because when I'm starting off, I'm going to think... I'm kind of getting like a work feel because I'm seeing Virgos that I know that I've worked with before, and I'm getting like the discernment with the self-reflection here, plus this Five of Emotions, which in this deck it feels very cold, obviously. The Five of Emotions is like the Five of Cups. Stereotypically, that's like looking at all you don't have versus what you do, and still having value in a situation. But when I'm getting like, I feel like I'm very cold to a situation. It really does feel that way to me. There's still like movement in the situation and there's still beauty in it, but it feels very like cold. Like whatever the situation is, I'm not feeling excited. Like standing in this water, like standing in ice cold water, I would say most people don't enjoy. Standing in freezing water is not fun. I would just say that. You could decide for yourself what you think. But I'm getting like, whatever it is, it's kind of like, I'm doing what I have to do. This is what's expected of me. This is what I need to get out of it. I need to pay my bills. So what do? I show up to work. I do my job. I go home and I collect my paycheck. Because you know what? I have responsibilities, and this is how I take care of my responsibilities. But the Five of Pentacles, no, it's the Five of Cups, technically. See, the Five of Pentacles, that would feel more to me like the cold energy, but I'm getting a cold feel here. I don't really care for the situation. I do it because I need to. It's a necessity. This is what it requires for me to uphold my responsibilities. So that's what we're starting with. I mean, Virgo, Earth altogether, and Virgo, of course, because you're Earth, very good with responsibility stereotypically. There's that stereotypical energy. Although I have come across a couple Earth energies that, like, if they shun responsibility, it becomes a very deep pattern where they just continually shun responsibility. I don't know why I'm putting that out there, but typically, whatever mode you're in, if you're a very responsible person, you will probably be a responsible person your whole life. What's popping up here in the environment? Power, will, and the darkness. I feel like something's falling apart. Somebody's making decisions, making changes. The stability of something is being threatened. When I'm getting the darkness, kind of like, uh-oh, something didn't go right. We got to reallocate, reconnect, rebuild. It doesn't feel like the Tower, because the Tower falls over whether you want it to or not. Like, nobody has control over the Tower. The Tower's just like, well, it's just going to fall over. It's because it's screwed up. This feels more like somebody's going to be like, we're going to take this down and rebuild it type thing. So the tower's going to go, like the building's going to go away, not because it's falling over, but because somebody's choosing to take it down and rebuild it. It's somebody's will and the power they have to make that happen. This is not information that really makes sense until it happens. Like, I don't see this. This is not information that's out there for everybody to know. So if you know that going into it, it's because you're in a select group. Like you know it because you're in that select group, which is hard to get into. But if you're there, cool. Now, I feel like something's being deconstructed. You got two cards that forced themselves out while I was shuffling. When this new change comes in, something's being taken down and it's going to be rebuilt. You decide whether you want to be a part of this or not. This is your chance to realign something, because it's kind of like you're going to go through this energy of, change anyway. So quite frankly, if you're going to have to go through that energy of change anyway, it might as well be on your terms. So it's kind of like, if I'm going to have to switch up and learn something new, do I want to stay in this department or category, or do I want to go somewhere over here that's related? Because I'm getting the energy to me feels like I have to change anyway. So what would I prefer? How would I like it to be? If since I have to change, they're taking down the building. When they rebuild it, do I want to be in that same building? Or while they're taking that one down, do I want to move into a different adjacent building here, or go somewhere altogether? Because this is my moment to make that change. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to anyway. Might as well move it to my advantage. You got the Three of Pentacles and it's the King of Pentacles. The Muses are the Kings. I feel like this deck is just trying to point out, it's not dependent on gender for you to be related. Even though I'm a reader that, the Queen and King I read as equals, neither holds power over the other. They're both sufficient on their own. This deck, I just want to point that out, this deck is just making a point. You don't have to depend on anybody's gender to be in control. I just feel like that's what that's saying. That's my interpretation, just to be fair. I don't personally know the creator. But I feel like I need to throw that out there. So you get to decide where you're going to go. This is your moment to be like, am I going to continue here? Am I going to stay in this building when they rebuild it? Or do I want a different building? Or do I want to go somewhere altogether? Because I have to change anyway. Might as well make it worth it. There's new beginnings popping up here. Okay, we're not going to do those yet. If you just kind of take a back seat to it and just kind of let it happen in front of you, someone else will choose your path for you. I don't like that. I'm not imagining you would like that either. But you need to actively move forward with it, is what they're saying. If you just kind of sit on it and you sit on it too long, somebody's going to choose for you and just going to send you down that road. And before you know it, you're going to be knee deep in the swamp and oh my God, what? I feel like that's going to happen. You got to be active on this one. If you just kind of sit back and watch and see what kind of comes in so you can make your decision, you might get more pushed into something, and before you know it, you're like, well, I'll do this for now. It'll start like that. I'll do this for now. And then that'll just go into some time, and you're get used to something. You get a little deeper and a little deeper until, you're up to your neck and you're like, how did this happen? How did I get here? Oh yeah, I said I'd do that. Trust in new beginnings. Somebody else already does want to make plans for you. I don't like this idea because I feel like it's not going to improve your situation. I don't feel that level of improvement that you really do deserve. But you're going to have to be active in changing it. Since you're changing anyway, this is the easiest time for your energy to change. Because I'm forced to change anyway, might as well make it go my way. I just feel this energy it's going to kind of try to push you the way it wants you to go. This is going to push you in a direction that's good for it, whatever it is. It's not about you, it's about it. How you benefit this situation. It's not about what benefits you. I don't care how it's sold to you. As we keep going forward, you have to make a decision. And the sooner you make this decision, the better. You're going to realize it's going to take some give and take. If I want my situation to change, this is the best opportunity to do this. This is the easiest time it's going to be for you to do it. There will be a bit of a controversy, challenge, struggle, conflict, however you want to put it. I don't feel like it's an argument, an angry argument, but you're going to have to fight for it a little bit. The thing is, you can do that. It's not like you can't. If you see yourself going into it, it's kind of like preparing for a prize fight. If you can prepare yourself and get ready for it, and you have everything ready, I worked out my arms, I got my stamina up, I got my pads ready, whatever that means. I'm used to the rules. I've rehearsed the rules, and I know what you can do and what you can't do. If you go into it prepared, is basically what I'm saying. This is not the worst fight for you. You're yeah, I was ready for this fight. I trained for this fight. I'm going to go into this fight, and I'm going to succeed in this fight. If you're not prepared for it, it's just kind of like showing up in the ring going like, I don't know. Like I don't have the, like if I haven't prepared for it and I don't have my body up to speed and I don't know all the rules, it's a really difficult fight to win. But if you get prepared for it going into it, you got this. You definitely got this. Now we can flip these two. Oh, I like this. Make your dreams reality. This reminds me of Pisces. I mean, you guys are the opposite of Pisces on the wheel. We're just gonna keep going. You got dreams, you have aspirations, you want these aspirations to come in. That's the Seven of Pentacles, your dreams and aspirations. I feel like you do know what you want. You might have to define it a little better, but basically, this is where I am, that's where I want to be. You may have to define where you want to be a little bit better, kind of like, I want to be in a warmer climate, for example. I'm in a cold climate, I want to be in a warmer climate. You might have to define that, I want to be in a warmer climate, maybe, like, I live in the U.S., so I want to be in a warmer climate inside the U.S., in Texas or wherever, so you have to define it a little better, you know what I'm saying? Define your things more, prepare for it, see it coming, make that reality, make these thoughts into reality and build that reality. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take you some work, but your Earth, work is your thing. You can make that happen. You just got to be prepared for it. You're prepared for it. This is yours. When you keep moving forward, I'm getting the hiccups here. You're going to have to hold that line against other people. People are going to want you to do what they want you to do, what's best for them. You know what? You can't live your life for other people. I just don't think that's the way to do things myself. I mean, you're generous energy. I think Virgo is naturally generous to the right people. People show you value, you give value. People do for you, you do for them. This energy does not feel balanced like that. This is basically, Virgo, this is what I need you to do for me. Yeah, I know you have things you want, Virgo, but do for me the way I want you to do for me. That's how this feels to me. No. And I feel like they're going to put a lot of pressure on you. But once you're in it, once you start moving your direction, once you're on path, it's kind of like that prize fight. I trained for it. I'm ready for it. I know the rules. I know what you can and can't do. And you'll make it through it. It's not that bad anyway. Because once you're used to it, once you're ready for it, and once you're prepared for it, you'll go those 9 rounds. You're like, oh no, I didn't come through. I didn't just start this fight just to give up. I'm going to get through these 9 rounds. And you will hold to it. You will make it. Is it the easiest thing in the world? No. For you, it's not the hardest thing. Again, if you just show up prepared, you're kind of like, no, I showed up to make it, and I'm going to make it. You just have that determination. That's an earth thing. Some people call it stubborn. I feel like that's also the reason that you sometimes get your level of success, because you're like, no, I showed up to make it, and I'm getting to my goal. You can stand in my way, I'll go right through you. I don't care if it takes me 10 days to do it. I'll just keep going and keep going and keep going until I finally bust through that wall, and I will keep going. You got it's the King of Wands. Yeah. Again, it's not dependent on any gender. You're going to have this energy where you take control of your life and you get what you want. You're going to leave other people are going to be unhappy with you. I get this void. Other people might have to leave your life. It might literally take that. You might have to switch over kind of like some type of social connection here. But if they weren't serving you and they weren't looking out for you, it's not really a bad thing. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to take that path to move forward. There is some uncertainty there, like who's coming into my life, who's replacing this energy. I'll give you that, but you're not going to get that success unless you make that trip. And you can definitely do this. At the end of this, like if you do this and move forward and you achieve this, it's not like you're going to give it up. Because that's also Virgo energy. That's also Earth energy. I haven't fought this hard to get this far just to hand it off to somebody else just because they want it. I got it, and I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to continue to build on it. And that's what you'll have. The farther you go, the farther you'll go. The farther you gain, the farther you'll go. It's kind of like, the farther you get up on that ladder, you're just going to be like, well, I've come this far, I'm going to keep climbing. And that just seems to be the energy you keep creating and you keep building on. So I feel like this could be a great start to a whole new situation. It's just like fate kind of threw something in front of you here, and you're like, well, then it's going to go my way, and you just keep building on it, and it gets better for you. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Oh, and by the way, I also did add the information below for tips. Some people are asking me to add that in. It's obviously elective. If you'd like to, thank you. If you don't, still cool. Thank you for watching either way. Have a good day.